Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I made my last video, but anyways, here's a new one and let's get right into it. If you remember in my last video, I showed you some changes that I did to my tank and I mentioned the reasons why I did it. I had a planted discus tank and I removed all the plants, all the scape, everything, and kind of changed it into an empty tank with sand and fish only. If you have not seen that video, I'll leave the link for that video in the description below. And what's changed now? Well, I have completely changed the scape of my tank once again. Let me give you some background. I kept my tank running as I showed you in the last video for quite some time and it was doing really well, but then I had to relocate my tank, so I removed all the fish, all the sand and everything. And once I shifted the tank to the new location and I set everything up again, I didn't add all the sand back in the aquarium, and it was pretty much kind of a bare bottom tank with very thin layer of sand, and I kept it running as it is. It was doing fine, things were looking fine, the fish were doing great, everything was fine, but I started to get really bored of it. So I put the sand substrate back in the tank and then kept running as it is once again. I removed the black background because I felt that the black background was way too reflective for my liking, and I came back, I went back with no background or kind of a white background. The wall here is white, so it's pretty much a white background. My plan was to just do a hardscape in the tank and keep it without plants, just a very nice hardscape. But I was not able to find the right stuff for it because my tank, it's not in a rectangular shape, it's more of a squared shape, and I need something that not only covers the horizontal space in the tank but also the vertical, and that will also give nice anchor points for the fish to hang out. Otherwise, if the scape is not done intelligently, the fish, they tend to stay in one corner. This scape right now, you will see that the fish are scattered around at different locations. They're kind of using different branches as a different hanging out spot for them. So but if I have scaped it in a way that all the wood is in one corner, some of them or most of them might be hanging around in that particular corner, and sometimes they're way too shy to come out in the open. So just to avoid those things, and also for my personal liking, I wanted something that covers the horizontal as well as the vertical space in the tank. I kept looking until I came across this particular wood piece. It's called vine wood. They come in different shapes and sizes and different structures. This is the one that I found and I absolutely love it. If you guys like this wood and you want to try it in your tanks, I just want to tell you that once you soak the wood in the water or in your tank or somewhere outside, this wood releases lots of tannins in the first few weeks, and also it gets completely covered with white fungus. This wood was completely covered with white fungus after I put it in the tank. I just rinsed it with very hot water before adding it to the tank, and once I added to the tank, it started to release tannins. My tank started to look like a black water tank and the wood was covered with fungus, but luckily I have a placo in my tank, and the placo kept eating that fungus at an amazing rate. It was as if I didn't even notice the fungus was there because the placo was continuously consuming it up and keeping the wood absolutely clean. And as far as the tannins are concerned, it took a while, it took a few weeks, but after that they're pretty much gone now. Initially it was releasing so much tannins that within a few days the tank was looking like a black water tank, but now you can see it's pretty much cleared up. I'm not adding any carbon or anything. So I scaped the tank as a hardscape only tank for Discus and I was loving it. But once again, after a while, I started to miss the green colors in the aquarium, and I thought it would look nice if there's a slight green touch of plants in it. So I decided to add some plants. I'm not using anything special. I'm just using Java fern, some anubias on the branches and somewhere in the corner, and some other plants. I'm not really sure about their names. They look nice to me, so I just got them and placed them in the tank, and since then they're doing great. They're growing and they're showing nice colors, and the food that we feed to Discus, especially beef fart, it's full of nutrients that acts as a fertilizer for the plants also. So they're growing nice, they're looking nice. I'm really enjoying the tank. It's looking very much natural, which is something that I prefer all the time. The fish are doing great, and some of my fish are breeding in there. They're laying eggs from time to time. I'm absolutely loving the tank, and it's not just how the tank look itself, but also if you will notice that the entire bottom of the tank is almost absolutely clean of any decorations or any obstructions for me to clean the tank. This scape is really easy to maintain. The bottom is almost empty. It doesn't provide any crevices and spots where the food and the junk can accumulate and ruin the water quality. So it's really easy to clean. It's really easy to siphon. I just have some plants in one corner, and what I do is, there's a trick I have. I have one wave maker on this in this corner of the tank, and before I'm going to do the water change, what I do is I switch on the wave maker for a while, and the wave maker starts to circulate the water with a slight pressure. And what happens is that the water flows from this side to that side. It hits the glass and it circulates in this way, and while it flows this way, it takes out all the debris and whatever junk has been accumulated in that corner. It brings it out to the open area of the substrate where there is no decorations at all, there is nothing at all, and then it's really easy for me to siphon it from there. If there's any debris or something that doesn't come out with the flow of the water, I just once in a while do some siphon among the plants and just clean it up. So the entire tank is looking absolutely beautiful for my liking, at least, and it has come out to be a very practical setup for me as far as the maintenance is concerned, and as far as the scape itself is concerned for the fish and its behavior. I have an empty log in that corner, which my clown loach in the tank likes to use as its room or the bedroom. It's always in there sleeping. It comes out at night probably. The placo has its spot. The corridoras have their spots. The discus like to hang out in different places. They have their spots. So everything is looking very nice, at least for my liking. I'm loving the tank, and I hope you guys are liking it as well. Please let me know in the comment section below if you guys like how the tank looks now, if you have any further suggestions to make it better, or if you think I could have done things slightly different, or would you like to scape a tank in a similar way. Maybe this setup might give you some ideas, some creative ideas to set up your tanks. You guys let me know what do you think about the scape and about the video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and also let me know if you have any further suggestions that I can do further to this tank that will make it look much better. And please take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Until then, peace.